Stop looking for the easy way out. There isn't one. The pain you are feeling right now, the frustration, the wall standing in your face, that is not the signal to retreat. That is raw energy waiting to be burned. Most people see a setback and they see the end of the road. You will see it for what it truly is: fuel. Everything that happens to you is a resource. If you were breathing, you are still in the fight. Stop wishing it was easier. Start wishing you were stronger. Let's build that strength right now. Chapter 1. Kill the comfort addiction. Listen to me closely. Look at your life right now. Look at the chair you are sitting in. Look at the bed you struggle to leave every morning. Look at the screens that numb your mind. What do you see? You see safety. You see ease. You see warmth. But I see something else. I see a cage. We are starting this journey right here, right now, by identifying the single greatest threat to your potential. It is not lack of money. It is not lack of talent. It is not your boss, your spouse, or the economy. The threat is your addiction to feeling safe. Let this phrase burn into your mind. I want you to say it. I want you to internalize it until it becomes your default setting. Comfort is the enemy of progress. We are going to dismantle the biological lie that is ruining your life. You need to understand that your brain is not designed for success. Your brain is designed for survival. It is an ancient piece of hardware wired for a world that no longer exists. For thousands of years, the primary goal of the human brain was simple: keep the organism alive, conserve energy, avoid risk, stay in the cave where it is warm. That voice in your head, the one that whispers, "Take a break, you've worked hard enough," the one that says, "Don't take that risk, it's too dangerous," that voice is not your friend. That voice is a biological relic. It is a mechanism designed to keep you safe, average, and invisible. When you listen to that voice, you are prioritizing safety over greatness. But here is the brutal truth: safety is an illusion. In the modern world, if you are seeking safety, you are actually seeking obsolescence. By staying in the cave, you are choosing to be left behind. You have a choice. You can listen to the biology that wants you to be a soft, mediocre survivor, or you can override the system and become a conqueror. Comfort is the enemy of progress. So how do we fix this millions of years of evolution? We look at the physiology of strength. Consider the muscle. How does a muscle actually grow? It does not grow when it is resting. It does not grow when the weight is light. A muscle grows only when it is pushed to the point of failure. It grows when the fibers literally tear. This is the concept of micro-trauma. You have to lift a weight that is heavy enough to rip the fabric of the muscle. You have to introduce stress. You have to introduce pain. The body senses this damage and says, "We are under attack. We are not strong enough to handle this environment. We must rebuild, and we must rebuild stronger." That is the key. Adaptation requires stress. Your mind works the same way. Your spirit works the same way. If you want to build mental toughness, you cannot do it by reading a book in a coffee shop. You cannot do it by visualizing success while lying on a yoga mat. You have to introduce micro-traumas to your ego. You have to introduce stress to your schedule. You must seek out the things that make you uncomfortable and run directly toward them. Look at the elite athletes. Look at the highest performers on the planet. Watch a marathon runner at mile 20. Their body is screaming. Every biological signal is flashing red, telling them to stop, to sit down, to drink water, to be comfortable. And what do? They ignore the signal. They override the governor. They understand that the pain is not a stop sign. It is the sensation of weakness leaving the body. They know that on the other side of that suffering is the growth they are chasing. They don't train until they are tired. They train until they fail, and then they start counting. You have a choice today. You can be the person who stops when it hurts, or you can be the person who starts when it hurts. Stop viewing difficulty as a problem. Stop viewing anxiety as a reason to retreat. These are simply heavy weights. When you feel that resistance, when you feel that desire to procrastinate because a task feels hard, you need to smile. That is the barbell. That is the opportunity for a micro-trauma. That is the only way you get stronger. If your day is easy, if you go to bed feeling perfectly content and unstressed, you have wasted a day. You have maintained, and maintenance is a myth. You are either growing or you are dying. There is no standing still. This requires a shift in your identity. You must stop identifying as a person who seeks happiness and start identifying as a person who seeks capacity.
It's not about motivation. Motivation is a feeling. It comes and goes like the wind. It's not about feeling ready. You will never feel ready to suffer. It's about discipline. It's about the mechanical act of doing the hard thing regardless of how you feel. Every time you choose the salad over the pizza, you kill the comfort addiction. Every time you wake up at 4 a.m. when the bed is warm, you kill the comfort addiction. Every time you pick up the phone to make the cold call you are terrified to make, you kill the comfort addiction. You are forging a new mind. You are callousing your brain against the weakness of the masses. The world is filled with people who are addicted to comfort. They are everywhere. They are the ones complaining about the weather. They are the ones waiting for the weekend. They are the ones who want the result but refuse the process. Let them sleep. Let them hide. That is not you anymore. You must become a hunter of discomfort. You must wake up and ask yourself, what do I not want to do today? And then you must do that thing first. If you are afraid of public speaking, you book a speech. If you are afraid of the cold, you take an ice bath. If you are afraid of rejection, you ask for things until you hear no. You are purposefully damaging the old version of yourself so that a harder, stronger, more resilient version can grow in its place. You don't need their permission to change. You don't need a support group. You need a mirror, and you need the truth. The truth is that you are capable of infinitely more than you are doing right now, but you are trapped in a padded room of your own making. Tear down the padding, break the lock, step out into the cold. Remember, this is not a one-time decision. This is a war against your own biology, a war against the mediocrity that surrounds you. You have to fight this battle every single morning. The comfort addiction is patient. It waits for a moment of weakness. It waits for you to justify a cheat day. It waits for you to say, I'll do it tomorrow. Do not listen. There is no tomorrow. There is only the immediate, brutal now. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Say it again. Comfort is the enemy of progress. You have identified the enemy. You have seen the trap. You understand now that the pain you feared is actually the tool you need. You have committed to the process of tearing the muscle to build the strength. But once you step out of the comfort zone, you will run straight into a wall. The world will not roll out a red carpet just because you decided to be tough. The world will throw obstacles in your path. It will try to break you. Good. Let it try. You have killed the addiction to comfort. Now we are going to look at what happens when the road gets blocked. We are not going to go around the wall. We are going to go through it. Chapter 2. The obstacle is the only way forward. Stop staring at the wall. Stop wishing it wasn't there. Stop praying for it to crumble on its own. It won't. You have hit a roadblock. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe your business failed. Maybe the relationship you thought was forever just ended in a text message. You are standing there looking at the wreckage of your plans and you feel cheated. You feel like the universe made a mistake. You feel like a victim. Let me be very clear. The victim mindset is a death sentence. If you believe that this obstacle is bad luck, you have already lost. If you believe this problem is unfair, you are finished. You are handing your power over to circumstance. You are waiting for the world to apologize to you. The world does not apologize. The world does not care about your feelings. The world only respects one thing: force. You need to completely reframe your reality. You have been trained to see obstacles as things that block the path. You think the path was supposed to be a straight, smooth line from where you are to where you want to go. That is a fantasy. That is a fairy tale for children. In the real world, the path does not exist until you cut it through the jungle. And that massive rock standing in front of you, that wall you can't get around, that isn't blocking the path. The obstacle is the path. Memorize this. Burn it into your subconscious. The block is the stepping stone. Climb it. You have a choice. When the door slams shut in your face, most people cry. They knock politely. They wait. They turn around and go home telling everyone, "I tried, but the door was locked." That is weakness. That is the behavior of a prey animal. You are a predator. You are a conqueror. When the door slams, you don't knock. You look for a window. If the window is locked, you check the back door. If the back door is locked, you stop looking for an entrance and you start building a battering ram. You don't need their permission to enter. You don't need an invitation to succeed. You make an entrance. This is the shift. You must stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "How can I use this?" This brings us to the alchemy of action.
Thousands of years ago, the Stoics understood a secret that most modern people have forgotten. They understood that you can turn lead into gold. Not literally, but metaphorically. They understood that every negative event contains the raw material for a positive outcome. Think of a fire, a blazing, roaring fire. If you have a small, weak candle flame and you throw a giant log onto it, what happens? The flame goes out. The obstacle was too big for the energy. That is you right now. You are easily extinguished by bad news. But if you have a massive bonfire, a towering inferno, and you throw that same giant log into it, what happens? The fire doesn't go out. The fire consumes the log. The fire wraps around the obstacle, breaks it down, and turns it into fuel. The fire gets hotter because of the log. The fire gets brighter because of the obstacle. You must become the fire. The block is the stepping stone. Climb it. That rejection letter you just received, that is fuel. It is proof that you are pushing boundaries. Use the anger, use the frustration to sharpen your skills so that next time they can't ignore you. That injury that keeps you out of the gym, that is fuel. It is an opportunity to train your mind, to study nutrition, to work on the small stabilizing muscles you usually ignore. You don't stop training, you change the modality. That financial loss, that is expensive tuition. You just paid for a lesson in risk management. Don't waste the money you lost by crying about it. Learn the lesson so you never pay it again. That's the key. It is not about what happens to you. It is about how you metabolize what happens to you. You have to act like a scavenger. A scavenger finds value in everything. Nothing is wasted. Every setback is just raw material waiting to be processed by your will. Whatever stands in the way becomes the way. This requires a level of aggression that most people are terrified of. They want life to be polite. They want to manifest success without friction. But friction is the only thing that creates traction. You cannot move forward without friction. If the road is perfectly smooth ice, you slip, you fall, you get nowhere. You need the rocks, you need the gravel, you need the rough terrain to get a grip and push off. Stop avoiding the rough terrain. Stop looking for the shortcut. The shortcut is a lie. The hack is a distraction. There is only the work, and the obstacle is the work. It's not about talent, it's about persistence. It's not about luck, it's about leverage. It's not about avoiding the wall, it's about scaling it. The block is the stepping stone. Climb it. Let's look at this practically. How do you apply this today? The next time something goes wrong,
And I guarantee you, something will go wrong today. I want you to pause. I want you to catch that initial emotional reaction, that split second where you want to complain. Catch it, strangle it. Then I want you to say, good. Your car broke down? Good. A chance to practice patience and problem solving. Your project got canceled? Good. Now you have time to work on the better idea you've been neglecting. Your rival beat you? Good. Now you know your weaknesses. This is not toxic positivity. We are not smiling and pretending everything is rainbows. This is tactical. This is strategic. We are acknowledging the bad situation, stripping it of its emotional power, and finding the tactical advantage buried inside the mess. We are taking the lead and turning it into gold. You have a choice every single time adversity strikes. You can be the victim who says, "This isn't fair," or you can be the alchemist who says, "I can use this." The people who win in this life are not the ones who never fail. They're the ones who feed on failure. They're the ones who eat obstacles for breakfast. When you adopt this mindset, you become terrifying to your competition. How can they beat you? If they knock you down, you come back stronger. If they block your path, you build a new road. If they take everything from you, you use the freedom of having nothing to lose to become dangerous. You become anti-fragile. You become a force of nature. But you have to decide, are you the candle that gets blown out by the wind, or are you the fire that craves the wind? There is no room for self-pity here. Self-pity is for the spectators. You are in the arena, and in the arena, you get hit. That is the price of admission. Do not resent the opposition. The opposition is making you better. The heavy weight is making you stronger. The difficult boss is teaching you diplomacy. The poverty is teaching you hustle. Everything is a teacher if you stop complaining and start listening. The block is the stepping stone. Climb it. Look at the mountain in front of you. It is high, it is scary, it is cold. Good, it is supposed to be. If it were flat, everyone would be there. The height is the filter. The difficulty is the gatekeeper. It keeps the weak out, it keeps the pretenders out. You are not a pretender. You are not weak. You are the fire. So walk up to the wall. Put your hands on the rough stone. Feel the cold, hard reality of your situation. Do not turn away. Do not look down. Look up. That is where you are going. You will slip. You will scrape your hands. You will bleed. Good. Let the blood remind you that you are alive. Let the struggle remind you that you are fighting for something worth having. Every inch you climb is a victory over your lower self. Every time you refuse to quit, you are adding another log to the fire. You have learned to kill your comfort addiction. Now you have learned that the obstacle is not a dead end, but a new beginning. You are moving, you are climbing, you are building momentum. But as you climb higher, as the air gets thinner and the drop gets steeper, you are going to feel something new. You are going to feel a cold knot in your stomach. Your heart is going to race. Your hands are going to shake. This is not the wall. This is something internal. This is the ancient enemy that has stopped more dreams than any external wall ever could. You have conquered the obstacle. Now you must conquer the biological alarm system screaming at you to stop.
Chapter 3. Make fear your servant. Your hands are shaking. Your mouth is dry. Your heart is hammering against your ribs like a prisoner trying to break out. You feel that cold knot in your stomach. What is your immediate reaction? For 99% of the population, the reaction is retreat. They feel that sensation and they interpret it as a stop sign. They think, this is dangerous, this is scary, I shouldn't go there. They turn around, they go back to the safety of the known, they go back to the couch. But you are done with retreating. You need to understand what fear actually is. Fear is not a wall, fear is data. Fear is simply high voltage energy coursing through your nervous system. The physical sensation of fear is almost identical to the physical sensation of excitement. The only difference is the story you tell yourself about it. Most people tell themselves a story of danger. You are going to tell yourself a story of direction. This is the compass theory. Stop looking for a map. The map is outdated. The map doesn't show the territory you are trying to conquer. Instead, look at your fear. Fear is your compass. The needle doesn't point north, it points to growth. If you are not scared, you are playing too small. If your goals don't make you feel a little bit nauseous, they aren't goals, they're chores. You are operating within your current capacity. You are coasting. And as we established, coasting is dying. When you feel that spike of adrenaline, when you feel that resistance to making the call or walking onto the stage, that is not a signal to stop. That is a giant neon arrow pointing directly at the person you need to become. That's the key. The fear is highlighting exactly where your weakness lies. It is showing you the boundary of your comfort zone, and your job is to cross that boundary. You have a choice. You can let fear be your master, or you can make fear your servant. When fear is your master, you live in a tiny box. You never speak up. You never launch the product. You never ask for the sale. You die with your song still inside you, safe, quiet, and forgotten. When fear is your servant, it becomes a radar system. It shows you exactly where the treasure is buried. So here is the command. Here is the rule you will live by from this day forward. Run toward the roar. Do it scared. There is an old story about how lions hunt. The oldest, weakest lions, the ones who have lost their teeth, are sent to one side of the herd. The young, strong, lethal lions hide on the other side. The old lions let out a massive, terrifying roar. The prey hears the roar, panics, and runs away from the sound. And they run directly into the jaws of the killers waiting in the silence. If you run away from the fear, you run toward your death, the death of your potential, the death of your dreams. The only safe place is through the fear. You must run toward the roar. Run toward the roar. Do it scared.
Let's dismantle the myth of fearlessness. You look at the Special Forces operator kicking down a door. You look at the CEO betting the company on a new vision. You think they aren't afraid, they are fearless. That is a lie. Fearless is a word for idiots and psychopaths. If you don't feel fear, you are reckless. The elite performers, the warriors, the builders, the titans, they feel the exact same terror you do. Their biological machinery floods their system with cortisol and adrenaline, just like yours. The difference is not the feeling. The difference is the function. They have trained themselves to function while afraid. It's not about removing the fear. It's about discipline. It's about the discipline to act even when every nerve ending is screaming at you to freeze. You are waiting for the fear to go away before you start. You are waiting to feel confident. Confidence is a byproduct of action, not a prerequisite. You will never feel confident doing something you have never done. You will feel terrified. Do it anyway. This is desensitization training. You cannot think your way out of fear. You can only act your way out. You need to expose yourself to the stimulus until your brain realizes it won't kill you. You treat this like a gym workout. If you want big biceps, you curl heavy weights. If you want a brave mind, you lift heavy fears. I want you to audit your life right now. Where is the fear hiding? Is it in your bank account? Is it in a difficult conversation you've been avoiding with your spouse? Is it in that project you keep researching because you're terrified to launch? Find the fear. That is your to-do list. You have a choice. You can keep avoiding these things and let the anxiety rot your gut from the inside out, or you can attack. Run toward the roar. Do it scared. Here is your instruction. Seek the scare. Every single day, you must do one thing that makes your palms sweat.
It doesn't have to be life-threatening, it just has to be uncomfortable. Send the email to the CEO, post the video where you look unpolished, negotiate the price of your coffee just to feel the awkwardness, sit in the front row, speak up in the meeting when your voice shakes. You don't need their permission to speak. You don't need their permission to take up space. When you do this, something magical happens. The first time, you are terrified. The second time, you're nervous. The 10th time, it's boring. You have desensitized the trigger. You have expanded your territory.
But here is the catch. Once that fear is conquered, you don't stop. You find a new, bigger fear. You find a louder roar. Stop waiting for the butterflies in your stomach to fly away. Make them fly in formation. People say, "I can't do it, I'm scared." That is a sentence fragment. The full sentence should be, "I am scared and I am doing it." Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is looking fear in the eye and saying, "You are small, I am big, get out of my way." It's not about anxiety, it's about discipline. It's not about feelings, it's about mission. The amateur waits for the fear to subside. The professional uses the fear as fuel. The adrenaline focuses your eyes, it sharpens your hearing, it speeds up your reaction time. Fear is a performance-enhancing drug if you know how to use it. Stop trying to be calm. Calm is for spectators. You are in the fight. Be alert, be electric, be alive. Imagine your life 10 years from now. Imagine you let the fear win. Imagine you stayed in the safe job, stayed in the quiet corner, never took the risk. Imagine looking back and knowing exactly what you could have been if you hadn't been such a coward. That should scare you more than anything else. The fear of regret should be 1,000 times stronger than the fear of failure. Failure is temporary, regret is forever. Run toward the roar. Do it scared. So the next time that cold shiver runs down your spine, I want you to smile. I want you to say, "Thank you." Thank your biology for pointing out the path. Thank your instincts for showing you where the gold is. Then tighten your boots, square your shoulders, and step into the darkness. You have killed the comfort. You have reframed the obstacle. Now you have enslaved your fear. You are no longer paralyzed by the what-ifs. You are ready to engage. But knowing where to go is not enough. Knowing what to do is not enough. The biggest trap waiting for you now is the trap of preparation. You think you need to plan. You think you need to be ready. You are wrong. The world moves too fast for your perfect plan. While you are aiming, someone else is firing. You have mastered your fear. Now you need to master the clock. Chapter 4. Move before you are ready. You are waiting. I know you are. You are waiting for the perfect time. You are waiting for the economy to improve. You are waiting until you have enough money saved. You are waiting until you have read 3 more books on the subject. You are waiting for a sign. Here is your sign. You are wasting your life. The perfect time does not exist. It is a ghost. It is a mirage on the horizon that moves further away every time you take a step toward it. If you are waiting for the lights to all turn green before you leave the driveway, you will never leave the driveway. We need to attack a disease that infects smart people. It is called analysis paralysis. You think you are being responsible. You think you are being strategic. You tell yourself, "I'm just doing my research. I'm preparing." Lies, all of it. You are not preparing. You are hiding. Let's call perfectionism what it really is. Perfectionism is just procrastination in a tuxedo. It is fear dressed up as high standards. It is a defense mechanism designed to protect your ego from the possibility of looking stupid. If you never launch, you can never fail. If you never ship the product, no one can criticize it. But if you never launch, you never live. Motion creates emotion. Action cures anxiety. You have a choice.
You can be the smartest person in the graveyard, the one with the perfect business plan that never made $1, or you can be the messy, chaotic, imperfect operator who actually changes the world. In a chaotic world, accuracy is overrated. Velocity is king. Speed wins. History does not remember the people who planned the best. It remembers the people who arrived first. General George C. Patton said, "A good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan executed next week." Why? Because the battlefield changes, the market changes, life changes. By the time you have crafted your perfect plan, the window of opportunity has slammed shut. The data you spent 6 months analyzing is now obsolete. You must embrace the doctrine of velocity over accuracy.
This means you fire, then you aim. I know that sounds dangerous. Good. Safe is slow. Dangerous is fast. Think about a car. Can you steer a car that is parked in the garage? No. You can turn the wheel all you want, but the direction of the vehicle does not change. You have to be moving to steer. You have to have momentum to change course. It is the same with your life. You cannot correct your course while you are standing still. You are trying to figure out the entire path before you take the first step. That is impossible. You cannot see around the corner until you walk to the corner. That's the key. The answers you are looking for are not in your head. They are not in a textbook. The answers are out there, in the friction of the real world. You will only find them by crashing into them. Motion creates emotion. Action cures anxiety. Let's talk about that anxiety. You feel stuck. You feel overwhelmed. You are laying awake at night replaying scenarios, worrying about what if this happens or what if that happens. Do you know why you are anxious? Because you are stagnant. Anxiety breeds in the gap between where you are and where you know you should be. The longer you wait, the wider that gap gets, and the louder the anxiety screams. Thinking does not cure anxiety. Thinking creates more variables. Thinking creates more doubt. Action cures anxiety. The moment you take the first step, even if it is a clumsy, ugly, wrong step, the anxiety begins to dissolve. Why? Because you are no longer a passive observer of your fate. You are an active participant. You are in the driver's seat. It's not about intelligence, it's about discipline. It's not about talent, it's about speed. You don't need their permission to start. You don't need a degree, you don't need funding, you don't need a mentor. You need to move. But what if I'm not ready? You will never be ready. Ready is a fantasy. Ready is a destination you never arrive at. You start before you are ready. You figure it out on the way down. You build the plane while you were flying it. This is how every successful empire was built. Do you think the founders of the biggest companies in the world knew exactly what they were doing on day one? No. They had a hunch, they had a half-baked idea, and they moved with violent speed. They fixed the broken parts later. If you are 60% sure, go. If you have 50% of the information, move. The price of speed is mistakes. You will make mistakes. You will break things. You will offend people. So what? Mistakes can be fixed. Broken things can be mended. But time cannot be recovered. The week you spent debating the font size on your website is a week of your life you burned for nothing. The month you spent thinking about joining the gym is a month of health you threw in the trash.
Motion creates emotion. Action cures anxiety. Here is the instruction. Here is the transformation. Stop polishing. Start shipping. If you are writing a book, write a bad chapter today. If you are starting a business, sell something today. Even if you don't have the product yet, sell the idea. See if anyone bites. If you want to get fit, do not spend 3 days researching the optimal workout routine. Drop to the floor and do push-ups until you can't lift your arms. Do it messy, do it wrong, just do it. You are suffering from the arrogance of planning. You think you can predict the future. You think you can account for every variable. You can't. The world is complex and chaotic. The only way to navigate it is to interact with it.
You need to trade your desire for certainty for a desire for momentum. Momentum is a force of nature. Once you have momentum, obstacles become easier to smash through. Problems that seemed impossible when you were standing still become speed bumps when you are moving at 100 miles an hour. But the hardest part of momentum is the start. It takes a massive amount of energy to get a stopped train moving, but once it is moving, it takes very little energy to keep it going. You are sitting on the tracks, you are cold, you are scared, and you're waiting for the perfect weather to start the engine. Start the engine in the storm. Motion creates emotion. Action cures anxiety. Listen to me, your best work will not happen in a vacuum. Your best work will happen under fire. You learn more in one day of doing than in 1 year of researching. Stop proving, start doing. You are trying to prove to yourself that you can do it before you do it. That is backwards. You do it and the proof follows. You don't need their permission to be messy. You don't need their permission to pivot. Look at the projects you have on hold. Look at the dreams gathering dust on the shelf labeled someday. Someday is a disease that will take your dreams to the grave with you. Today is the only day that matters. Move now. Send the text, buy the domain, book the ticket, sign the paper. The fear you feel is just the friction of the start. Push through it. Once you are in motion, the fear vanishes, replaced by the focus of the mission. Motion creates emotion. Action cures anxiety. You have the command. You know the truth. The perfect time is a lie. The perfect plan is a trap. Speed is your weapon. So you are going to move. You are going to launch before you are ready. And because you are moving fast, because you are acting without a perfect map, something is guaranteed to happen. You are going to crash. You are going to mess up. You are going to fail. Most people are terrified of this. They think failure is the end. They think failure is a sign to stop. But you are different. You know that since you are moving fast, you are going to hit walls. The question is not, how do I avoid failure? The question is, what do I do with the wreckage? You moved, you acted, now you have data.
Chapter 5. Failure is just feedback. You moved fast. You launched before you were ready. You took the action. And then you crashed. The product didn't sell. The video got 0 views. The girl said no. The investment went to 0. You are standing in the wreckage of your attempt, and your ego is screaming at you. It is telling you that you are stupid. It is telling you that you are not good enough. It is telling you to quit before you get hurt again. Shut that voice down right now. You are interpreting this wrong. You are looking at this result through the lens of a fragile ego. You are taking it personally. You think that because the attempt failed, you are a failure. That is the logic of a loser. We are going to surgically remove your ego from this equation. We are going to replace your emotional fragility with the cold, hard logic of a scientist. Fail early, fail often, fail forward. Say it. Fail early, fail often, fail forward. Here's the shift. Think of a scientist in a laboratory. They are trying to cure a disease. They mix compound A with compound B. It explodes. It doesn't work. Does the scientist go home and cry? Does the scientist think, I am a bad person because this mixture exploded? Does the scientist give up on science? No. The scientist picks up a clipboard. They write down, compound A and compound B do not create the cure. They did not fail. They gathered data. They have successfully eliminated one possibility, which brings them one step closer to the solution. The explosion wasn't a tragedy, it was a result. It was feedback. You must view your life as a laboratory. You are not a performer trying to get applause. You are a scientist trying to crack a code. The code to wealth, the code to fitness, the code to happiness. Every time you try something and it doesn't work, you have simply identified a variable that creates a negative outcome. That is valuable. That is progress. That's the key. Detach your identity from the result. If you attach your self-worth to the outcome, you will be afraid to try. You will be terrified of the no. But if you attach your self-worth to the experiment, you become fearless. You have a choice. You can be the person who needs to be right every single time, which means you will only do easy, safe things, or you can be the person who is willing to be wrong 1,000 times to find the one thing that changes everything. Fail early, fail often, fail forward. Failure is simply the market telling you what it doesn't want. Failure is the gym weight telling you that you aren't strong enough yet. Failure is the world correcting your course.
Without failure, you are flying blind. You need the wall to know where the boundary is. It's not about talent, it's about data. It's not about luck, it's about iteration. You don't need their permission to experiment. You don't need the world to clap for your failures. You just need to extract the lesson and move to the next experiment. But I know what you're thinking. It still hurts. I hate being rejected. Of course you do. You're human. But you are too soft. Your skin is too thin. You are so afraid of the word no that you're walking on eggshells. We need to callous your mind. We need to thicken your skin until the word no bounces off you like bullets off a tank. I am giving you a command. I am giving you a mission. This is the 100 No Challenge. Your goal is not to get a yes. Your goal is to get rejected 100 times. I want you to go out into the world and seek the no. Ask for a discount on your coffee when you know they won't give it to you. Ask for a meeting with a person who is way out of your league. Pitch your imperfect product to a customer who will likely hate it. When they say no, when they look at you like you're crazy, when they reject you, you win. You have collected one no. Mark it on your chart, 99 to go. Why are we doing this? Because you need to realize that rejection cannot kill you. The first time you get rejected, your heart sinks. The 10th time, it's annoying. The 50th time, you don't even blink. The 100th time, you are numb to the sting. You are free. Once you no longer fear the no, you become dangerous. You become unstoppable. Because the person who is willing to hear no 1,000 times will eventually hear the yes that changes their life. The salesman who is afraid of no makes 10 calls a day. The salesman who hunts for no makes 500 calls a day. Who do you think wins? Fail early, fail often, fail forward. You have choice. You can protect your feelings or you can build your empire. You cannot do both. The road to success is paved with the asphalt of rejection. You have to walk on it. You have to burn your feet on it. When you adopt the scientist mindset, you stop hiding your failures. You stop pretending you are perfect. You start sharing your data. I tried this, it failed. Here is why. This makes you authentic. This makes you a leader. The people who pretend they never fail are liars. The people who fail and hide it are cowards. The people who fail openly and learn from it are masters. Stop trying to look cool. Looking cool is for broke people. Looking cool is for people who care about the opinions of sheep. Be messy. Be wrong. Be loud about your experiments. Every failure is a stepping stone. Every no is a lesson. Every crash is a course correction. If you aren't failing, you aren't trying hard enough. If you have a 100% success rate, it means you are aiming too low. You are playing T-ball when you should be in the major leagues. Go strike out. Go miss the ball. Swing harder. Fail early. Fail often. Fail forward. There is a concept in Silicon Valley, fail fast. It means don't spend 5 years on a bad idea. Launch it, break it, find out it's bad in 2 weeks, and move on. This applies to your life. Don't spend 2 years wondering if she likes you. Ask her, get the no, move on. Save your time. Don't spend a decade wondering if you could be a writer. Write the book. Let the publishers reject it. Learn why. Write a better one. Failure is an efficiency tool. It clears the clutter. It shows you exactly what doesn't work so you can focus on what does. You need to fall in love with the process of iteration.
Version 1.0 is always garbage. Version 2.0 is mediocre. Version 10.0 is a masterpiece. But you never get to version 10.0 if you are too scared to release version 1.0. So look at your recent failures. Did you die? No. Did the sun stop rising? No. You gained data. You gained experience. You gained a scar. Scars are good. Scars are toughness. A smooth, unscarred soldier is a soldier who has never seen combat. You are not a model. You are a warrior. Wear your failures like armor. Fail early, fail often, fail forward. From this moment on, you will never complain about bad luck again. You will never complain about a deal falling through. You will simply look at the clipboard, mark the data, adjust the formula, and mix the chemicals again. You are the scientist. The world is your lab, and the experiment never ends. But here is the reality check. I can tell you to think like a scientist. I can tell you that failure is just data, but that doesn't change the physical reality. Failure comes with a cost. Rejection comes with a feeling. The process of getting stronger, of failing and rising again and again, it hurts, it is exhausting, it is painful. Most people stop not because they don't understand the logic, but because they can't handle the sensation. They can't handle the grind. They want the gain without the pain. That is impossible. You have detached your ego. You have accepted the failure. Now you must accept the suffering that comes with growth. You need to understand that the discomfort you are feeling isn't a symptom of something going wrong. It is the bill coming due.
Chapter 6. Pain is the price of entry. You want the prize. I know you do. You want the body that turns heads. You want the bank account that never runs dry. You want the respect, the power, and the freedom. You look at the people who have these things and you think, I want that. But do you? Do you really want it? Or do you just want the result? Because there is a massive difference between wanting the gold and wanting the dig. Everyone wants the gold. But almost no one is willing to get in the hole, get dirty, break their back, and bleed for it. Here is the brutal reality that no one puts on a vision board. Success has a toll. It is not free. It is not cheap. The currency of success is pain. If you are not willing to pay, you do not get in. This is the entrance fee. Life is like an exclusive club. The bouncer at the door is not checking your shoes. He is checking your scars. He is checking your callousness. He is asking you one simple question. How much can you suffer? If the answer is not much, you stay on the sidewalk with the dreamers. The dreamers are the people who fall in love with the fantasy. They love the idea of being a writer, but they hate the pain of staring at a blank page. They love the idea of being an athlete, but they hate the burning lungs and the aching muscles. They want the destination without the journey. The doers are different. The doers are addicted to the struggle. They don't just tolerate the pain, they seek it out. They know that the pain is the only honest signal that they are moving forward. You have a choice. You can be a tourist in your own life, looking at the pictures of what could be, or you can pay the fee. Embrace the suck, love the grind. Say it. Embrace the suck, love the grind. Embrace the suck is a military term. It means the situation is bad, it is cold, it is wet, you are tired, you are hungry, and it is not going to get better anytime soon. So instead of complaining, instead of wishing you were somewhere else, you wrap your arms around the misery and you own it. You say, this sucks. Good, I am built for this. Most people spend their entire lives trying to avoid discomfort. They buy softer pillows, they adjust the thermostat, they take the elevator. They have structured their entire existence to minimize physical and mental strain. And that's why they are weak. When you avoid pain, you avoid growth.
It is that simple. You cannot build a muscle without tearing it. You cannot build a business without the stress of risk. You cannot build a relationship without the pain of vulnerability. That's the key. The pain is not a symptom of something going wrong. The pain is the sensation of the price being paid. If you're at the gym and it doesn't hurt, you are wasting your time. You are not paying the fee. If you are working on a project and you aren't frustrated, confused, or exhausted, you aren't pushing hard enough. You are not paying the fee. You need to stop looking for the easy way. The easy way is for the masses. The easy way leads to a life of quiet desperation and regret. The hard way, the painful way, that is the path to glory. Embrace the suck. Love the grind.
But how much pain can you actually take? This brings us to a fundamental law of human performance used by the Navy SEALs. It is called the 40% rule. Here's the science. Your brain is a governor, like a governor on a car engine that limits how fast it can go. Your brain limits how hard you can push. Its job is to protect you from hurting yourself. It wants to keep some fuel in the tank for emergencies. So, when you're running and your legs are burning and your lungs are screaming and your brain says, "Stop, I'm done, I can't take another step," you are lying to yourself. According to the 40% rule, when your mind tells you that you are completely empty, you have only used 40% of your actual capacity. You have 60% left in the tank. 60%. Think about that. When you think you are dying, you are not even half done. There's a massive reserve of energy, strength, and will that is locked behind a wall of pain. The only way to access that reserve is to refuse to quit when the governor tells you to stop. You have to push past the pain. You have to convince your brain that you are not going to die. You have to negotiate with your own biology. When that voice screams, "I quit," you say, "Not yet." When your body wants to collapse, you take one more step and then another. Suddenly, something happens. You break through the wall. The pain dulls. A second wind hits you. You tap into that hidden 60%. This is where the elite operate. This is where champions are made. The amateur stops at the first sign of discomfort. The amateur stops at 40%. The professional knows that 40% is just the warm-up. It's not about genetics, it's about will. It's not about energy, it's about the reserve. You don't need their permission to be intense. You don't need their permission to look obsessive. People will look at you and say, "Why do you work so hard? Why don't you relax? You're going to burn out." They don't understand. They are operating at 20%. They have never felt the high of breaking the 40% barrier. They have never felt the power of the second wind. Ignore them. They are trying to pull you back into the comfort zone. They are trying to get you to stop paying the entrance fee because it makes them feel guilty about their own poverty of effort. Embrace the suck. Love the grind. You need to reframe your relationship with suffering. Suffering is the fire that burns away the impurities. When you are deep in the grind, when it hurts the most, that is when the weak parts of your character are being incinerated. The laziness is burning off. The entitlement is burning off. The fear is burning off.
What is left is pure iron. If you want to be unbreakable, you have to be willing to be broken over and over again and put yourself back together. Look at your life. Where are you stopping at 40%? Are you quitting the workout when it gets hard? Are you closing the laptop when the problem gets complex? Are you walking away from the conversation when it gets awkward? Stop it. Push. Hold the line. Stay in the pocket. Stay in the pain. The pain is temporary. It may last a minute or an hour or a day or a year, but eventually it will subside and something else will take its place. If you quit, however, that lasts forever. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. You have a choice. you can experience the sharp, burning pain of the discipline required to change your life. Or you can experience the dull, aching, chronic pain of regret that comes from staying the same. Pick your pain. You cannot avoid it. You can only choose which type you will carry. Embrace the suck. Love the grind. This is not a punishment. This is a privilege. To be able to work hard, to be able to push your limits, to be able to feel the burn of effort, that is a gift. There are people in hospital beds right now who would give anything to feel the pain of a workout. There are people without opportunity who would give anything to feel the stress of running a business. Do not dare complain about the work. The work is the blessing. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm goes off and your body hurts and your mind says sleep, you are going to get up. When you are staring at a massive project and you feel overwhelmed, you are going to start. When you are in the middle of the struggle and you want to cry, you are going to smile. You are going to look that pain in the eye and say, "Is that all you got?" You are going to pay the toll every single day. You are going to slap the currency of pain on the counter and say, "I'm buying my greatness today." And you're going to do it again tomorrow. Embrace the suck. Love the grind. You are no longer a dreamer. You are a doer. You are a savage. You have accepted that the path is uphill and the road is covered in glass. You have tapped into the 60% reserve that the rest of the world ignores. You are building a tolerance for pain that makes you superhuman. But as you become harder, as you become more disciplined, you are going to notice something happening around you. The people who used to be your friends, the people who claim to support you, they are going to start acting differently. They aren't going to clap, they are going to whisper. You have conquered your internal weakness. Now you have to face the external drag. You have to deal with the opinions of the sheep who are terrified of the wolf you are becoming. You have paid the price of entry. Now you must learn to walk the path alone.
Chapter 7. Silence the noise of approval. Who are you performing for? Look at your phone. Look at your social media. Look at the last conversation you had about your big plans. Why did you share that photo? Why did you tell that story? I will tell you why. You were begging. You were holding out a tin cup, shaking it at the world and asking for a coin. But the coin isn't money. The coin is validation. You wanted someone to say, "Good job." You wanted someone to click like. You wanted to feel seen. You are an addict, and your drug is the opinion of other people. This ends today. If you need them to clap for you to keep working, you are a slave. If your motivation depends on how many people encourage you, you are building your house on sand. The moment the applause stops, and it will stop, your motivation collapses. You have a choice. You can be a performer, dancing for the amusement of the crowd, desperate for their attention, or you can be a builder, constructing your empire in the dark, indifferent to whether anyone is watching. Validation is for the weak. Results are for the strong. We're going to discuss the freedom of indifference. Most people are paralyzed by the fear of judgment. They don't launch the business because what will my friends think? They don't change their look because what will my family say? They live their entire lives inside a prison cell built by the expectations of others. Here's the truth. No one cares about you. I mean that in the most liberating way possible. Everyone is obsessed with themselves. They are thinking about their own bills, their own insecurities, their own dinner. They are not thinking about your failures. They are not obsessing over your risks. You are letting the imaginary opinions of people who don't matter stop you from doing the work that does matter. You don't need their permission to change. You don't need their permission to be successful. You don't need their permission to outgrow them. That's the key. When you stop caring about the applause, you become dangerous. You become free. You can fail without embarrassment because you aren't doing it for them. You can succeed without arrogance because you aren't trying to impress them. You are doing it for the mission. You are doing it for the standard you set for yourself. Validation is for the weak. Results are for the strong. It's not about arrogance, it's about focus. It's not about being antisocial, it's about self-reliance. Now, let's talk about the tactic. How do you actually break this addiction? You do it by entering the hermit phase. This is the lone wolf dynamic. If you look at the biography of almost any great man or woman, you will find a period of time, maybe a year, maybe 5 years, where they disappeared. They went into the wilderness, they went into the basement, they went into the office and locked the door. They cut out the noise, they stopped going to the parties, they stopped hanging out at the bar, they stopped updating their status, they went dark. Why? Because you cannot build a skyscraper while people are walking through the construction site. You need isolation to concentrate. You need silence to hear your own intuition. You need to go into a hermit phase. I am challenging you to disappear, not forever, but for a season. For the next 6 months, tell no one what you were doing. Don't post about your workout, just do the workout. Don't announce your new business, just build the product. Don't talk about your goals, just smash them. There is a psychological phenomenon where telling people your goals gives you a premature dopamine hit. Your brain feels the satisfaction of the achievement just by talking about it, so you lose the drive to actually do the work. Stop leaking your energy. Keep it contained. Let the pressure build. When you disappear, people will talk. They will say you're acting weird. They will say you have changed. They will say you're too intense. Good, let them talk. The lion does not lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. You are not here to fit in. You are here to ascend, and ascension is a lonely journey. As you climb the mountain, the air gets thinner and the crowd gets smaller. That is the physics of success. If you are surrounded by people who are comfortable, you are in the wrong room. Validation is for the weak. Results are for the strong. You have to accept that your growth will trigger the insecurities of the people around you. When you start getting fit, your fat friends will try to sabotage your diet. When you start making money, your broke friends will say you are obsessed. They are not attacking you. They are defending their own mediocrity. Your success shines a bright light on their failure, and it burns their eyes. So they try to pull you back down into the bucket. Cut the rope. You don't owe them an explanation. You don't owe them an apology. You owe yourself the best version of your life. If you have to walk alone for a while, walk alone. It is better to walk alone in the right direction than to follow the herd off a cliff. That's the key. Solitude is not loneliness. Solitude is strength. In solitude, you find out who you really are. Without the noise of approval, without the constant feedback loop of likes, you are forced to face yourself. You are forced to rely on your own internal generator for energy. This is how you build an iron mind. If you need a cheerleader, go join a sports team. If you want to be a conqueror, learn to clap for yourself. Look at the screen. Look at the icons. They are designed to keep you weak. They are designed to keep you addicted to the dopamine of validation. Delete the apps, or at least stop posting. Become a ghost. Let your results do the talking. Imagine showing up 6 months from now, completely transformed. You didn't talk about it, you didn't blog about it. You just walked in the room with a new physique, a new tax bracket, and a new aura of power. The shock on their faces will be worth 1,000 times more than the cheap likes you get for posting a mediocre update today. Results make the loudest noise. Validation is for the weak. Results are for the strong. You have a choice. You can have the cheap, instant gratification of attention right now, or you can have the deep, permanent satisfaction of respect later. Pick one. Stop asking, "Is this good?" Stop asking, "Do you like this?" Start asking, "Did I execute?" You must reach a point where you are so focused on your mission that you don't even notice if people are watching. You are so dialed in that the praise and the hate sound exactly the same, just noise. White noise. Turn the volume down, turn the focus up. You have killed the comfort addiction. You have mastered the fear. You have accepted the pain. And now you have cut the cords of validation. You are standing alone. You are focused. You are ready. But there is a danger in isolation. There is a danger in the hermit phase. The danger is that you stop moving. The danger is that you get stuck in the planning, in the silence, without maintaining the velocity. Solitude without action is just depression. Solitude with action is creation. You have cleared the noise. Now you must ensure that the machine never stops running. You must understand the physics of high performance. You must understand that the hardest part isn't starting, it's staying in motion when the initial excitement fades. You need to understand the most powerful law in the universe.
Chapter 8. Momentum is king. Physics is the only law that matters. You can argue with your feelings, you can negotiate with your boss, you can debate with your spouse, but you cannot argue with physics. And the physics of success are governed by one absolute rule. It is Sir Isaac Newton's first law of motion. An object at rest stays at rest. An object in motion stays in motion. This is not just about apples falling from trees. This is about your life. This is about the bank account you are trying to fill and the body you are trying to build. You need to understand why you are struggling. You struggle because you are constantly stopping and starting. You work hard for 3 days, then you take 2 days off. You hit the gym for a week, then you miss a week because you were busy. You start the diet, then you cheat on Friday night. You are living in a cycle of start, stop, start, stop. And that is why you are exhausted. That is why you feel like you are pushing a boulder up a hill every single morning. Because you are. Never let the fire die. Keep moving. Here's the science. In physics, there are 2 types of friction: static friction and kinetic friction. Static friction is the force that holds a stationary object in place. It is the heavy, sticky force you feel when you try to push a stalled car. It takes a massive amount of energy to get that car to move just 1 inch. You have to grunt, sweat, and strain just to break the seal of stagnation. Kinetic friction is different. Once the car is rolling, the friction drops. It takes a fraction of the energy to keep it moving at 60 miles per hour than it took to get it moving from 0. That's the key. The start is the hardest part. The start is where dreams go to die. Every time you stop, you surrender to static friction. Every time you take a break because you think you deserve it, you are parking the car. You are letting the engine get cold. You are letting the fire die. And when you try to restart on Monday, it hurts. It is brutal. You have to burn 10 times the fuel just to get back to where you were on Friday. You have a choice. You can live a life of constant, exhausting restarts, or you can live a life of efficient, powerful momentum. Never let the fire die. Keep moving. Momentum is the secret weapon of the elite. When you look at high performers, you think they are working harder than you. You think they have more willpower than you. They don't. They just have momentum. They are rolling downhill. You are pushing uphill. They don't have to decide to go to the gym. They've been going every day for 10 years. The decision was made a decade ago. The car is already moving at top speed. It takes 0 mental energy for them to continue. You need to become obsessed with maintaining speed. It's not about motivation, it's about physics. It's not about willpower, it's about inertia. So, how do we apply this? What is the tactical instruction? It is called the non-zero day. This is the rule that saves you when everything goes wrong. I know you have bad days. I know you get sick. I know emergencies happen. I know sometimes you just feel weak. Fine. You are human, but here is the law. The counter never hits 0. A 0 day is a day where you do absolutely nothing toward your goal. You lay in bed, you eat junk, you consume content instead of creating it. A 0 day is a sin against your potential. A 0 day kills momentum. A 0 day allows static friction to set in like concrete. You must vow right now that you will never have another 0 day as long as you live. If you are sick, you do not have to run 5 miles, but you do one stretch. You read 1 page of a strategy book. You write 1 email. If you are exhausted, you do not have to write the whole chapter. You write 1 sentence. If you are overwhelmed, you do not have to build the whole website. You just buy the domain. Do something, anything. Just do not let the number be 0. Never let the fire die. Keep moving. 1 push-up keeps the chain unbroken. 1 sentence keeps the writer's mind active. 1 cold call keeps the salesman in the game. You think 1 push-up is pointless? You are wrong. The physiological benefit of 1 push-up is negligible, but the psychological benefit is massive. You are signaling to your brain, I am still in the fight. I did not quit. I showed up. You are maintaining the habit loop. You are keeping the car rolling even if it is just at 1 mile per hour, because 1 mile per hour is infinitely faster than 0. It is easier to accelerate from slow than to accelerate from stopped. That's the key. Consistency beats intensity every single time. The world is full of people who go hard for January and quit in February. They are intensity people. They burn bright and they burn out. They are amateurs. You are a professional. You are a marathon runner. You don't sprint and collapse. You keep a steady, relentless pace. You are the tortoise with the machine gun. You just keep coming.
You don't need their permission to be consistent. You don't need a viral hit to feel successful. You need to look at the calendar and see a chain of X's that goes back 300 days. Jerry Seinfeld, one of the most successful comedians in history, used this method. He had a big wall calendar. Every day he wrote a joke, he put a red X on that day. His only goal was, don't break the chain. He didn't worry about if the joke was funny. He didn't worry about getting a Netflix special. He worried about the chain. Your life is the chain. Every non-0 day is a link. If you miss a day, you break the link. You have to start over. And starting over is hell. Do not break the chain. Never let the fire die. Keep moving. You need to understand that rest is not stopping. Rest is maintenance. You can rest while moving. Active recovery is real. You don't park the car to put gas in it. You are a fighter jet refueling mid-air. You sleep to recover, not to escape. You take a vacation to sharpen your mind, not to numb it. Even on vacation, you read. Even on vacation, you think. The engine is always humming in the background. This is how you defeat burnout. Burnout doesn't come from working too hard. Burnout comes from the emotional exhaustion of constantly trying to restart a stalled engine. It comes from the guilt of the 0 day. When you have momentum, work becomes easier. It becomes rhythmic. It becomes part of who you are. You wake up, you do the work, you go to sleep. Repeat. There is no decision fatigue because there is no decision. You are an object in motion. It's not about deciding, it's about being. Look at your projects right now. Which ones are stalled? Which ones are gathering dust? Those are the hardest things in your life. Now look at the things you do every day without thinking. Brushing your teeth, checking your phone. Those things are easy. Why? Because of momentum. You need to move your goals from the stalled pile to the automatic pile, and you do that by refusing to stop. If you have a bad day, forgive yourself, but do the one thing before you sleep. Do the one push-up, send the one text, keep the pilot light lit. If the fire goes out, you freeze. If the fire stays lit, even if it is just a tiny ember, you can blow on it and create a bonfire in seconds. Never let the fire die. Keep moving. You have a choice tonight. You can go to bed with a 0, or you can do one thing right now. Pick up the phone, write the note, do the squat. Prove to yourself that you are still moving.
Because once you have momentum, you become a force of nature. You become a freight train. Walls cannot stop a freight train. Obstacles cannot stop a freight train. The only thing that can stop a freight train is the driver pulling the brakes. Don't pull the brakes. Cut the brake lines. You are moving now. You have killed the comfort. You have mastered the fear. You have accepted the pain. You have silenced the crowd. And now you have built unshakable momentum. You are a machine. But a machine is only as strong as its operating system. If the hardware is moving fast but the software is glitchy, you will crash. Your body is moving, but your mind is still vulnerable to the oldest enemy of all: doubt, weakness, the internal traitor. We need to upgrade your software. We need to harden your psychology so that it matches the ferocity of your actions.
Chapter 9. Build the Iron Mind. Your body is moving. Your momentum is building. You are taking action, failing forward, and refusing to quit. From the outside, you look dangerous. You look like a machine. But I know the truth. I know what is happening inside that head of yours. Inside, there is still a whisper. There is a tiny, trembling voice that asks, "Who do you think you are?" There is a voice that says, "You are a fraud. You are faking this. Soon everyone will find out that you are just a scared little child playing dress-up." That voice is the virus in your operating system. You can have the strongest engine in the world, but if the software is corrupted, the car will crash. We have spent the last 8 chapters building the engine. Now we are going to rewrite the code. We're going to install an operating system that is immune to doubt, immune to fear, and immune to the opinions of others. We're going to build the Iron Mind. It starts with a fundamental shift in your language. It starts with identity shifting. Listen to how you talk about yourself. I am trying to lose weight. I am trying to start a business. I am trying to be more disciplined. Stop it. Delete the word trying from your vocabulary. It is a poison. It is a psychological escape hatch. When you say, "I am trying," you are giving yourself permission to fail. You are identifying as a person who attempts, not a person who is. You must rewrite the script. You are not trying to be anything. You are that thing. I am the storm. I cannot be broken. Say it. I am the storm. I cannot be broken. You have a choice. You can identify with your past, or you can identify with your potential. Most people drag their past behind them like a heavy chain. I am lazy because I've always been lazy. I am poor because I grew up poor. That is the story of a victim. You are not a victim. You are an architect. From this second forward, you change the I am statement. You are not trying to run. You say, "I am a runner." You are not trying to quit smoking. You say, "I am a non-smoker." You are not trying to get rich. You say, "I am a CEO."
That's the key. Behavior follows identity. If you believe you are a disciplined athlete, you will eat like one. You will train like one. You won't skip the gym because athletes don't skip the gym. It becomes a violation of your own code to act lazily. But if you believe you are just a lazy person trying to work out, you will quit the moment it gets hard, because quitting aligns with your identity. You don't need their permission to change your title. You don't need a certificate. You don't need a degree. You need to decide. The moment you decide, "I am a savage," you will start finding the evidence to prove yourself right. You will act differently to avoid being a liar to yourself. It's not about fake confidence. It's about decided identity. You are not faking it until you make it. You are being it until you become it. This requires a level of delusion that will make average people uncomfortable. Good. Let them be uncomfortable. Let them call you arrogant. You are simply operating from a future timeline where you have already won. I am the storm. I cannot be broken. Now, once you have shifted the identity, we need to fortify the walls. We need to prepare the fortress for war. Most self-help gurus will tell you to visualize success. They tell you to close your eyes and imagine the Ferrari, imagine the mansion, imagine the applause. They tell you to manifest only positive vibes. They are setting you up to get knocked out. If you only visualize sunshine, what happens when the storm hits? You panic, you aren't ready, you crumble because reality didn't match your fantasy. We are going to do the opposite. We are going to use an ancient Stoic technique called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. We are going to practice mental fortification. You are not going to visualize everything going right. You are going to visualize things going wrong, and you are going to visualize yourself handling it with absolute cold aggression. Think of a pilot in a flight simulator. Do they spend hundreds of hours practicing flying in clear blue skies? No, that is useless. They practice engine failure. They practice storms. They practice landing with no landing gear. Why? So that when the crisis happens in real life, their heart rate doesn't even spike. They have been there before. They have already solved the problem in their mind. You must become the pilot of your own life. I am the storm. I cannot be broken. Now, here is your drill. Every morning, before you start your day, I want you to run a simulation. Visualize the worst-case scenario. Visualize your biggest client firing you. Visualize your bank account hitting zero. Visualize your partner leaving you. Visualize the injury. Feel the shock, feel the fear, and then watch yourself respond.
In your mind, see yourself staying calm. See yourself taking a deep breath. See yourself making the plan. See yourself rebuilding from the ashes. Tell yourself, if I lose it all, I will get it back. If they leave, I will stand alone. If I break, I will heal stronger. This is not pessimism. This is armor. When you have mentally walked through the fire, the sparks of daily life cannot burn you. You become unflappable. When the crisis actually hits, while everyone else is running around screaming, you are standing still. You are thinking, I have seen this before. I know what to do. That's the key. You are preloading your resilience. You have a choice. You can wait for life to ambush you, or you can run the drills so you are ready for the ambush. It's not about negativity, it's about readiness. The iron mind is not a mind that ignores reality. It is a mind that accepts reality and imposes its will upon it. When you practice this, you lose your fear of the future. Why are you afraid of the future? Because you are afraid you won't be able to handle it. But if you have already visualized yourself handling the worst-case scenario, the fear evaporates. You become the storm. A storm does not care if there is a mountain in its way, it goes over it. A storm does not care if there is a building in its way, it flattens it. A storm is a force of nature, it just moves. I am the storm. I cannot be broken. This is the ultimate level of confidence. It is not the confidence that everything will be okay. It is the confidence that I will be okay, no matter what happens. I am the storm means you are the source of the chaos, not the victim of it. You are the one bringing the intensity. Let's go back to the identity shift. Combine it with the visualization. I am a warrior, and because I am a warrior, I expect the battle. I do not pray for peace, I prepare for war. When you walk into a meeting, you are not hoping they like you. You are entering as a force. When you walk into the gym, you are not hoping it's easy. You are entering to dominate the iron. You have to harden your mind every single day. The world is soft. The world wants you to be soft. The news, the social media, the food, it is all designed to make you weak, anxious, and dependent. The iron mind is your shield against this programming. When they say be careful, you hear be dangerous. When they say take it easy, you hear go harder. When they say that's impossible, you hear, watch me. You are operating on a different frequency. You are immune to their virus. I am the storm. I cannot be broken. Repeat it when you wake up. Repeat it when you are in the shower. Repeat it when you are under the bar at the gym. You are rewriting your subconscious code. You are overwriting the years of I can't with I am. This is a permanent change. Once you forge the iron mind, you cannot go back to being a sheep. You have seen the truth. You have felt the power of your own will. You have killed the comfort. You have reframed the obstacle. You have used the fear. You have ignored the applause. You have built the momentum. And now you have the mindset of a conqueror. You are ready for anything. But there is one final lesson, one final truth that separates the people who win for a season from the people who win for a lifetime. You might think that after all this work, after the pain, the sacrifice, the discipline, that there is a finish line waiting for you. You might think there is a day where you get to stop, put your feet up, and say, I made it. You are wrong. If you are looking for the end of the road, you are missing the point. There is no end. There is no retirement from greatness. The moment you think you have arrived is the moment you begin to slide backward. We need to talk about the timeline. We need to talk about the game you are actually playing.
Chapter 10. The fight never ends. This is the chapter you do not want to hear. For the last 9 chapters, I have given you the tools to climb the mountain. We have killed your comfort addiction. We have turned obstacles into fuel. We have hardened your mind and built your momentum. And now you are asking the question that every single person asks when they start this journey. You are asking, when does it end? You're asking, when do I get to relax? When do I get to put my feet up? When do I get to say, I made it? I am here to tell you the truth. Never. There is no finish line. There is no arrival. There is no magical day where the struggle stops and you are crowned the winner and allowed to sleep for the rest of your life. If you are looking for an exit strategy, you are in the wrong game. You are playing a finite game where the goal is to win and go home. But life, success, greatness, those are infinite games. Stay hungry. The work is the reward. We need to address a dangerous lie called maintenance. You will hear people say, I just want to get to a good place and maintain it. Let me be clear. Maintenance is a myth. There is no such thing as standing still in this universe. Look at nature, look at biology, look at physics. Everything is in a state of flux. Everything is either growing or dying. A tree is either reaching for the sun or it is rotting from the roots. A business is either expanding or it is shrinking. A relationship is either deepening or it is drifting apart. There is no neutral gear. If you think you are maintaining, you are actually slowly dying. You are letting entropy take over. While you are standing still, the world is moving forward, which means you are falling behind. You must accept the law of constant expansion. You must commit to the idea that your best work is always ahead of you. It's not about satisfaction, it's about hunger. It's not about the trophy, it's about the hunt. You don't need their permission to want more. Society will tell you to settle down. They will tell you that you are greedy or obsessed because you aren't satisfied with what you have. They will say, you've done enough, take a break. Do not listen to them. They are trying to drug you with complacency. They are uncomfortable with your drive because it highlights their own laziness. You must fall in love with the process, not the outcome. The trophy is just a piece of metal. The diploma is just a piece of paper. The bank balance is just a number on a screen. Those things are lifeless. They cannot make you happy for more than a few minutes. But the person you become while chasing those things, that is real. The discipline you forge, that is real. The callus on your soul, that is yours forever. Stay hungry. The work is the reward. Think about the happiest you have ever been. Were you happy when you were sitting on the couch doing nothing? No, you were bored.
You were happy when you were in the middle of a challenge. You were happy when you were solving a hard problem. You were happy when you were exhausted but victorious. Humans are built for the climb. We are engineered for friction. If you take a wild animal and put it in a cage and give it all the food and safety at once, what happens? It gets sick, it gets depressed, it loses its spirit. That is what modern society has done to you. It has given you a cage of comfort. You need to break the cage. You need to get back into the wild. You need to hunt. That's the key. Stop waiting for the vacation. Stop waiting for the weekend. Stop waiting for retirement.
Build a life that you don't want to retire from. Retirement is a death sentence. Have you noticed that when high performers stop working, they often die within a few years? Their purpose evaporates. The tension that held them together is gone, and they crumble. You are a fighter. You die in the ring. You do not die in the spectator seats. Stay hungry. The work is the reward. This shifts your entire perspective on problems. When you realize the fight never ends, you stop resenting problems. You realize that problems are just the weights in the gym of life. You don't go to the gym and complain that the weights are heavy. You go because they are heavy. So when a new crisis hits your business, don't say, "Why me?" Say, "Here is the next set." When a new challenge hits your family, don't say, "This is unfair." Say, "Here is the next rep." You are building a capacity that has no limit. This is the infinite game. In a finite game, you play to end the game. In an infinite game, you play to keep playing. Your goal is not to win life. Your goal is to be the best player on the field until the day you take your last breath. It's not about ending, it's about evolving. Look at the masters of any craft. Look at the greatest artists, the greatest entrepreneurs, the greatest leaders. They never stop. They're 80 years old and still starting new projects. They're still curious. They're still pushing. Why? Because they know the secret. They know that the juice is in the squeeze. They know that the joy is in the struggle. If I gave you a magic button that would instantly give you everything you ever wanted, the money, the fame, the body, but you didn't have to work for it, you should refuse to press it. Because if you pressed it, you would have the prize, but you would be a weakling. You wouldn't know how to keep it. You wouldn't respect it. You want the strength, not the stuff, and the strength only comes from the fight. Stay hungry. The work is the reward. We have covered the ground. We have stripped away the lies. We have built the structure of a new human being. You now have the mindset, the tactics, and the philosophy to dominate your reality. But knowledge is not power. Knowledge is potential. Power is what happens when you take this knowledge and ignite it with action. We are at the end of the recording, but we are at the beginning of your life. You have heard the words. Now I need to look you in the eye one last time. I need to give you the final charge. I need to send you out into the world, not just motivated, but activated. The lesson is over. The test begins now.
You have listened for the last hour. You have nodded your head. You have agreed with the principles. But listening is not doing. Knowledge without action is just entertainment, and I did not record this to entertain you. You are now standing at a crossroads. You can go back to your old life, back to avoiding the hard things, back to complaining when the world hits you. Or you can take what you learned today and weaponize it. The next time something goes wrong, and it will go wrong, do not panic. Smile. Smile because you know the secret. You know that this problem is the fuel you have been waiting for. Throw your excuses into the fire. Throw your fear into the fire. Let it burn. Let it make you brighter, hotter, and stronger. The world is going to try to stop you. Let it try. You are the engine. You are the fuel. Now turn this off and go do the work. Go.